welcome to Vidyanagar online class. Today I am going to discuss with you the last few points of our first chapter, Matter in Our Surroundings. At the end of today's module, you will learn about evaporation, factors affecting evaporation, and how does evaporation causes cooling. Let us start today's class with our first concept, evaporation. We have learned from our previous classes that by making changes in the temperature and pressure, we can stay in the state of a matter. Which means by changing the temperature and pressure, we can change the state of a matter from one to other, like solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to solid, and solid to gas, etc. Let us consider some examples like water left uncovered, slowly converted to vapor. Wet clothes dry up under the sunlight. What happens to the water in these two cases? As you know, matter particles are always moving. They are never at rest. At any particular temperature, the kinetic energy of the solid, liquid and gas varies. Which means solid, liquid and gas shows different kinetic energy. Like gaseous particles have higher kinetic energy than liquid than solid. In the case of water, the particles at the surface of the water have greater kinetic energy, which means the particles at the surface are free from the attraction. Let us discuss about this. Look at the board. You can see one beaker containing water, and water can be considered as the particles. Water or liquid can be considered as the particles. So the particles inside the water are attracted by other particles from the four sides. We have learned about the intermolecular force of attraction. What is intermolecular force of attraction? Intermolecular force of attraction is the attraction between the particles. Likewise, the particles inside the water attracted by other particles from the four sides. See, like this. Here also you can see that attraction from the four sides. So these particles are attracted from the four sides. But in case of the particles at the surface, here the attractive force only from the lower sides. The attractive force only from the lower sides. That means at the surface these particles are free. That means the surface particles have greater kinetic energy. When we compare the particles at the surface and at the middles, it is clear from this figure that the particles inside the water is attracted by the four sides. But the particles at the surface only attracted from the lower section. At the higher sections or the surface, that particles are free. Which means surface particles easily get converted into vapor. Surface particles have higher kinetic energy, so they easily get converted into vapor. That process is known as evaporation. What is evaporation? Evaporation is a process in which liquid changes to gas at any temperature below its boiling point. Evaporation is a process in which liquid changes to gas at any temperature below its boiling point. This is the main difference between evaporation and boiling point or boiling. What is boiling? Boiling occurs when the temperature attains 100 degrees Celsius. At the temperature of 100 degrees Celsius, the water starts to boil. But in case of evaporation, there is no such temperature range. The evaporation occurs at any temperature below its boiling point. This is the main difference between evaporation and boiling. Evaporation occurs at any temperature below its boiling point, but boiling occurs at the temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. That is the boiling point of water. Evaporation is a surface phenomenon. Particles from the surface gain enough energy to overcome the force of attraction present in the liquid and change change into the vapor state. In simple way, we can define the evaporation is the phenomenon of conversion of a liquid into vapor state or gaseous state. Let us discuss about the factors affecting evaporation. And the factors affecting evaporation are increase in surface area, increase in temperature, decrease in humidity, increase in wind speed. So which are the factors affects the rate of evaporation? Increase in surface area, increase in temperature, decrease in humidity, increase in wind speed. So there are 4 factors which affects the rate of evaporation. Rate means speed. So these 4 factors make changes in the speed of evaporation process. So which are the factors affects the rate of evaporation? Increase in surface area, increase in temperature, decrease in humidity, increase in wind speed. First we can discuss about the increase in surface area. Increase in surface area. Okay. If the surface area increased, the rate of evaporation also increases. If the surface area increased, the rate of evaporation also increases. For example, in order to dry the clothes, we have the habit of spreading them out. Spreading them out. Like, for example, suppose I need to dry up this kerchief. So what may be my usual practice? I'll do like this and I have to keep this like, right? So this is the increased surface area. I can do the same, like this also I can do. But if I'm doing this is the, less surface area. So this is increased surface area. On increasing surface area, what? The particles are getting enough space. So when we increase the surface area, what happens? There is an increase in the gap between the particles. If there is increase in the gap between the particles, there is decrease in attraction. If there is more gap between, if the gap is very less, strong attraction. If the gap is more, the attractive force goes on decreasing, right? So when we increase the surface area, we can provide more surface area for the particles, or we can increase the gap between the particles. The particles gets more gap, right? So if the gap more, their attraction less. If the attraction less, they become free fast. They can overcome the attractive force between the particles, and once they overcomes the attractive force between the particles, then they are free to move. So they are free to move. In case of evaporation, they converted into vapor state. So here the free to move means the liquid's particles slowly converted into evaporation. So by increasing the surface area, we can increase the rate of evaporation or speed of evaporation. So if we spread out the clothes under the sunlight, the rate of evaporation become fast. If we do without spreading, it will take 2-3 days or 1 hour or 2 hours, etc. So increasing surface area increases the rate of evaporation. One more example. See, this is cup and saucer. So now consider a very hot tea is inside this cup. Okay, let me check it that whether it is hot or not. My God, it's very hot. It is very difficult for me to drink it. So what I can do? I can pour the tea into this saucer. On pouring tea into the saucer, I can provide more surface area for the tea particles. More surface area for the tea particles. If the surface area more, particles are more free to move. So fastly they converted into vapor state. That means rate of evaporation increases. So when surface area increases, rate of evaporation increases. Two examples we discussed. First example, spreading out the clothes under the sunlight. If we spread out them, we can increase the surface area, so rate of evaporation increases. And second one, drinking tea from the cup and from the saucer. Saucer provides larger surface area, so there is a rate of evaporation increases. But when comparing with the saucer, surface area of the cup less, so rate of evaporation takes less, or the speed of evaporation decreases, or it takes some time to cool the tea. Okay, so what is the idea I have to get from this case? Increase in surface area increases the rate of evaporation. Increase in surface area increases the rate of evaporation. By increasing the surface area, there is an increase of the gap between the particles. If there is increase in the gap between the particles, that decreases the attractive force between the particles. If the attraction less, that particles are more free to comes out of this attraction. When they comes out of this attraction, they are free. They are free means they slowly converted into gaseous forms. Okay. Surface area. The rate of evaporation increases on increasing the surface area on the liquid. The rate of evaporation can be increased by increasing the surface of the liquid. Now we can discuss about the second factor, increase of temperature. Increase of temperature increases the speed of evaporation, or increase of temperature increases the rate of evaporation. How? How increase in temperature increases the rate of evaporation? For example, when we heat the water, the water particles gains energy. When we heat the water particles are gaining energy. When they gains energy, they will be more energized to move. When they get energy, they started to move, vibrantly, or they started to move vigorously. They started to move very fast. When they started to move very fast, means they changes to vapor state. When they started to move fast, indicates what? These water particles changes to vapor state. So how this possible? This is possible by increasing the temperature. Heating means what? Increasing the temperature. So increasing temperature increases the rate of evaporation. When we increase the temperature, or when we heat the substance, that particles inside the liquid or water gains energy. When they gains energy, they are more energized to do the work, or movement, or they are more they have more kinetic energy. When they have more kinetic energy, they automatically changes to vapor state. When they have more kinetic energy, they automatically changes to vapor state. So that is evaporation, no? So increase in temperature increases the rate of evaporation. Same example we can discuss here also. Drying of clothes under the sunlight. The sunlight takes the water. Sunlight takes the water means what? Water particles are gaining energy from the sunlight. When they gains energy, their kinetic energy increases. They suddenly changes to vapor state. So increase of temperature increases the rate of evaporation. Temperature. Evaporation is also affected by temperature. As the temperature of the air is increased, its capacity to hold moisture also increases. The rate of evaporation increases on increasing the temperature of the liquid. The rate of evaporation of a liquid can be increased by heating it. Hence, evaporation is directly proportional to the temperature of evaporating surface. Warmer the evaporating surface, higher the rate of evaporation. The third factor is decrease in humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. What is humidity? Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. Okay, for example, if it is rainy season, why it takes more time to dry up the clothes? Can you say why? Because in rainy season, our surroundings are already filled with water. That means the condition is humid. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. So in rainy season, our surroundings are already filled with water due to the rain. In that case, the air cannot hold more amount of water. The air cannot hold more amount of water. So it takes more time to dry up because that air already contain water vapor in it due to rain. So that particular air cannot hold more amount of water in it. So it takes 2, 3 or 4, 5 days to dry up the clothes. So if you want to increase the rate of evaporation, we have to decrease the humidity. We have to decrease the humidity means we have to decrease the amount of water vapor in air. If the humidity is less, the air can hold more amount of water. If the humidity less, air has enough space to hold the water. So the process drying become faster. So decrease in humidity increases the rate of evaporation. Increase in humidity decreases the rate of evaporation. Increase in humidity decreases the rate of evaporation. Decrease in humidity increases the rate of evaporation. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. In rainy season, the condition is already humid, so that water or that air cannot hold more amount of water, so it takes 2-3 days to dry up. But in case of hot sunny days, humidity is less, so air can hold more amount of water, so that increases the rate of evaporation. Decrease in humidity increases the rate of evaporation.
Humidity of air. If the air is humid, it is full of water vapor. Water particles in vapor have greater chance to return to the liquid. More humid the air, the lower rate of evaporation.
The last factor is increase in wind speed. As you know, moving air is known as wind. Moving air is known as wind. And it is a common observation that clothes dry up faster on a windy day. Clothes dry up faster on a windy day. Which means wind takes the water particles with it. When the wind blows, it takes the water particles with them. So when there is huge flow of wind, when there is more flow of wind, they takes more and more amount of particles from the dress or the clothes. So this makes the process of drying faster. So increasing wind speed increases the rate of evaporation. When the wind blows or when the wind flows, it takes the water from the clothes, water particles from the clothes with them. When there is more flow of wind, this huge flow of wind takes more and more amount of water particles from the surroundings or the clothes. This makes the process of evaporation faster. So increase in wind speed increases the evaporation.
Increase in wind speed. On increasing the wind speed, the particles of water vapor move away with the wind. So amount of water vapors decrease in the air to increase the rate of evaporation.
Let us conclude the factors affecting evaporation, and they are an increase in surface area. When there is more surface area, rate of evaporation increases. An increase of temperature. Temperature increases, rate of evaporation increases. Decrease in humidity. Decrease in humidity increases the rate of evaporation. And increase in wind speed. Increase in wind speed increases the rate of evaporation. So these are the factors which affects the rate of evaporation, an increase in surface area, an increase in temperature, decrease in humidity, and increase in wind speed. Now we can discuss about the last point of today's class. How does evaporation causes cooling? In an open vessel, water keeps on evaporating. The water particles gains energy from the surroundings to regain the energy lost during evaporation, which means evaporation is a process in which liquid changes to vapor. Liquid changes to vapor by absorbing heat energy. How the liquid changes to vapor? Liquid changes to vapor by absorbing heat energy. So when the liquid particles absorbs energy from the surroundings, there is a shortage of energy outside. When the liquid absorbs energy from the surroundings, there is a shortage of heat energy outside. Shortage of heat energy or lack of heat energy is the condition known as cooling. So if there is no heat energy, if there is no temperature, we will feel cool. For example, in rainy season, why we feel cool? Because there is no temperature or there is no heat energy outside, only the cool condition. So we feel cool. See, another example. We have the habit of using body sprays when we go out, right? While we using the body sprays in our body or on our body, these spray particles absorbs the energy from our body. These spray particles absorbs the energy from our body. If they absorbs energy from our body, then there is shortage of energy in our body. So we feel cool. These spray particles absorbs the energy or heat energy from our body and they mixes with the air and it reaches to that smell reaches to the several parts of the house or that situation. So when we use the body sprays, why we will get the cooling effect? Because that body sprays, the spray particles takes the energy from the body. When they get energy, then they can move very fast. So they can undergo diffusion. So with the help of this, these smell particles reaches to the several parts. Okay, and why we prefer cotton clothes during the sunny days? We prefer the cotton clothes during the hot climate because cotton is a good absorber of heat. Cotton is a good absorber of heat. When we use the cotton clothes, that cotton absorbs the heat from our body and we will get the cool feeling. And that cotton clothes takes the sweat from our body and it evaporates out and we will get the cool feeling. And you may see in that, the roof of the houses, always, during the hot climates, some persons having the habit of sprinkling water over it or putting the coconut leaves and spreading water over it. Why? That water absorbs the heat from the roof and we'll get cool feeling inside the house. Okay, and you may have seen that the bottle kept out of the fridge contains lot of water droplets outside. Why? This is due to the contact between the water vapor and the cold bottle. The water vapor is outside. When this water vapor comes contact with the cold bottle, this cold bottle takes the energy from the water vapor and it changes to water droplets. So how does the evaporation causes cooling? Evaporation is due to the absorption of heat energy. When the particles absorbs heat energy, it changes to vapor. When they absorb heat energy from the surroundings, there is shortage of heat energy. That is cooling. So we feel cool. And when we use the sprays, that spray takes the hotness of our body or temperature from our body, we will get cool feeling. Okay. And when we sprinkle water on the roof to get the cooling effect. Why water droplets outside the cold bottle? That is due to the contact between the water vapor and the cold bottle. Okay, that's all about today's class. Watch the video, understand the concept. Thank you for watching.